Hello, guys. It's another great Friday right here in the city of Lagos. Oh my God, I used to hate Fridays, but guess what? I love Fridays now. Do you know why? Because I used to love Fridays, but now I hate Fridays.
Why?
And you know why? Because I don't get to talk to all my listeners are no longer gonna be around Saturday, Sunday, till
Okay.
Monday. So yeah, I don't like Fridays anymore. But what's up? What can we do? Nothing, right?
Yeah,
Nothing.
what
So
to do?
let me welcome you guys to another edition of the show. It is the business side of entertainment with your host as always, Kewe Akindola, aka Kewizi Fashizi.
Wow.
With me in the studio is this guy is a bassist, he's a sound engineer, he's a singer, and he's just, I don't know, I already like him already because we've been vibing in the studio even before now. I'm talking about no other than Joshua Akakabota, aka Joe Play.
Hello.
You're welcome. Good to have you in the studio. I like your Niger Delta outfit. What's up now? What's going on? What's up with this?
Okay, it's one of my priorities.
It's one of your. Yeah, okay, so you just I
forgot to. I do fashion as well.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So you guys, I forgot to add that to his profile. So he's also a fashion designer. Okay, big ups to you doing big things. Good to have you here. Thank you for coming. So tell us, the people want to know, who is Joe Play?
Okay. Joe Play is a bass guitar player.
Okay.
And a musician.
Okay.
And a gospel artist.
Okay.
I've been in the business for more than 15 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
15 good years just playing.
The bass guitar, and it has been fun all the way. Yeah, played for so many artists and all that.
Okay.
Back in Delta State, it started back in Delta State, you get, and I played with Tony Gray. Then I was a session man, you get.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's one of the big names in Delta State.
State.
Yeah. So then relocated to Lagos, where I decided to stop playing the secular music, and I started playing gospel song and all that.
Okay.
So I've been playing in church and all that, and also backing some gospel artists and all that.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great,
So,
awesome, nice. So from Delta State, you moved to Lagos. So let me pick it up from there.
Yeah.
Okay, and before I go on, to those of you watching us via Instagram, please feel free to drop your questions. We have Joe Play in the studio, and he's going to be telling us a little bit about what he does as a bassist. So first off, a big shout out to AE Agundeji. Oh God, I just missed this person right now. I'm sorry I got your name wrong, but thank you so much for joining in. And for those of you who are listening to us, remember to follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It is all at Insight Radio. So Joe Play was just telling us about himself. So you said you moved to Lagos. So let me take it from there.
Yeah.
Why did you choose Lagos?
Okay, I choose Lagos because at a point the music stuff is not going too well for me in the other state, and I want to face challenges and all that. So, and I know that Lagos is one of the places where you meet the big boys and all that. So I choose to come to Lagos. Okay, and I have a boss who has a live band, who has a crew here in Lagos. So he actually said I should come and play bass for him, which I agreed, and I came. I worked with him for 2 years. Later, I stopped. That was in the club.
Okay.
I've played in former Why Not, played in Tarzan, played in Iba in Lekki. I play with the Kings Band. I play with I also at a point, so then I stopped and I decided to let me do the gospel. The Lagos, Lagos is one of the in place when it comes to music, where you have sponsors. So I was like, okay, I think Lagos is a good place for me to go. I was supposed to go to Abuja, but I was like, no. Let me try Lagos. When I came to Lagos, I think I liked the challenge. So I met a lot of good guys, a lot of tough guys as well.
Okay.
And That
So
was
you
it.
just enjoyed Lagos.
Fantastic.
Okay, so business-wise, as a bassist, how has it been for you?
Oh,
Business-wise.
business-wise, you know, business-wise as a bassist, it's really not easy to
Okay.
come to limelight like that as a bassist.
Okay.
That was the more reason why I choose to go into the sound engineering thing,
Okay.
because I thought of it. For how long will I be playing the bass guitar like a backup artist? Because if you
Okay.
watch and all that, most of the people that makes the money in music are the main artists, the people in
Themselves,
front. I was
yes.
like, okay, what should I do to enhance my own, to step up and all that?
Okay.
So by so doing, I decided to go into the sound engineering. The sound engineering entails you having your own equipment,
Okay.
like no, then they used to do StarQuest and all that. They will need a sound engineering.
That
They
would
need
give you-
a sound. They like the equipment, and two, lighting is also one good aspect of. So I thought of all that. I was like, okay, what should I do to enhance my music? So I went into that sound engineering. So after doing that, I was like, okay, so many people are doing that as well too. That was what triggered me to go into fashion as well.
Okay.
You understand? So making of clothes and all that.
Okay, so you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah, so I'm not really loud about that because I actually went to do that because I don't want to do it for myself.
Okay.
What I'm wearing now,
Okay.
I made it myself.
Wow.
Yeah, I made it myself.
Are you serious?
But I'm not loud, like letting people know that
I
I'm
did
into
it.
this. You
Okay,
understand? Yeah,
okay.
because I don't want to be overcrowded and all that. You understand? So that's the challenge I have as a bassist, and I want to advise bass guitar as a musicians as well. They should not just settle as just playing their instrument. They should enhance themselves with other things that can help them in the future. Because you ask yourself, most people, like I know some good guys like IK,
Okay.
D-Bass,
Okay.
Shasigalo,
Okay.
so to mention a few that are make a living out of this bass guitar, but it's not really easy for an instrumentalist to just use that instrument to just make a living.
Just make a living. Okay.
Yeah, so that's my advice to them. You must do other things
outside playing the instrument.
It might still be inside the music, probably production, or like me, I don't have the desire to wax an album. It's not, because everybody should know their place in music. If you want to wax an album, you do that. If you want to do other things to enhance, not just sit down saying you're just a saxophonist,
or you're
just a bassist, you're just a keyboardist. No, because you will just end up being a backline.
Okay, you will never really make it.
You will not make that limelight. Like, look at the kind of money the P Squares, the Two Face are making. I wish you're just an instrumentalist.
Yeah.
It won't fly that way.
Yeah.
That's just my advice.
So that's your advice.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So tell me, so would you say, so now you're already trying to let us know that it's not really a lucrative business, right?
No, really, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
No, musicians, they see their money like week in, week out.
Okay.
So they are not broke.
Okay.
They are not broke. They are not poor. They are not rich. They're just in between. Why I'm saying this is okay. Then when I was playing in club, when I moved into Lagos, back then in Warri, I was playing for Tony Gray. The first day I got my session, like after playing that, they call it section, 10,000 naira in that state. I was like, wow, 10K. You get. I was like, this is good.
Okay.
But when I came to Lagos, and that was like a gig, like when you go for a wedding ceremony. When I came to Lagos, then over there in Warri, in club they pay us 1.5. When I came to Lagos, in club here, just to play for 4 hours, I was making 7,000 naira.
Wow.
I was like,
wow.
I was staying in this Lagos. My first gig I went like for wedding. I was giving 15,000 naira. I was like, oh, Lagos is the place. So you see money week in, week out. But the thing is this, it's a lucrative business, but the spending aspect, they live a very like a very big,
Big life.
life that will make people, you understand.
Okay.
So
you might not be able to keep
to
up.
keep and all that. But when
Okay,
you
so
have
that will bring me to my next question then. Let me pin you on what you've said.
okay.
So how can you as a bassist or as a person separate your business funds from your finance funds? And by that, I you understand what I'm saying? Like your money that comes into money that you get paid for after doing a service, like going to sing or to play the bass somewhere. How are you able to keep money for yourself? And then how are you able to keep money for the business? That's the business of you being a bassist, because I want to believe that's a business on its own, separate from who you are. So are you able to separate your funds?
Okay. What I do, because of so many challenges, life taught me a lot. You get,
Okay.
life taught me a lot. It's not just about you being a bassist and all that. So because when I came into Lagos the first time, I was really every year spending a lot and all that. You get.
Okay.
So something happened years back which triggered me to like, okay, what should I do now? So I need a plan B where I can fall back to. You get.
Okay.
So what I do was, okay, if I go for any event, I'll save a particular money for a particular purpose.
Okay.
For a particular purpose. And when I wanted to do the sound renting business, I started saving towards that.
Okay.
And that was the force that was actually driving
Pushing
me
you.
to, okay, if I want to spend, if I make 20,000 naira because of what to eat, rentage and all that, I will save at least 5,000 naira
Okay.
for all that.
For
Then
that.
family are there as well,
Okay.
being the first child of my parents.
Okay.
So you know
There's a lot of
a
pressure.
lot
on
of
you
pressure
and
on me.
demand
I'm
to-
like what my younger one would say, bros, now you did Lagos now. You understand? So all of
Lagos
that,
is the land playing with milk and honey.
if they should call me for anything, say I don't have my bros with Lagos now, what's in the shop and all that, I was like, okay, no problem. So all those things now trigger me to like, okay, if I want to save my money, I save in two ways.
Okay.
If I save 5,000 naira, I'm using the word 5,000
Yes, I know,
because
just
when
like-
I went to renting, it triggers up. You understand?
Okay,
You understand?
okay.
Because if I want to save 5,000 naira for the renting purpose, I'll save 5,000 naira for my own
For your own self.
my own self
for your
and all
personal
that. You
self.
understand?
Okay, so
Yeah.
you were able
So
to-
the remaining money is what I will use. No, I need to just to be okay and all that.
Okay.
But in the process of being okay does not mean I will not save for tomorrow and all that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I almost what I do for everything I do now that I'm into fashion and all that, because I want to have a good brand, I will save towards that, and I'll save. It will also enhance the renting business, because these days the renting pays more than the playing of the
Renting
bass
pays more
guitars.
than okay. So that being said, how have you been able to acquire your instruments, all the things you need, funding for your business? How has
Okay.
that been?
Okay, it started with a friend of mine, childhood friend. I live in Canada.
Okay.
His name is Isaac.
Okay.
I submitted the proposal to him,
Okay.
which he subscribed to the
Idea.
idea. So the first transaction we run, he brought in huge equipment from Canada
Okay.
with means of transportation as well.
Okay.
So that was where
You
it
were
started
able to-
from.
Okay.
So we run for 2 years.
Okay.
After that, we needed to part ways.
Okay.
We part ways, and that was how I was able to stand on my own,
Okay.
with
Now.
renting and all that.
And all that.
Yeah, and most of the things I do, like if a bigger event, if I
Should
have a
come up,
bigger event, I also meet friends and all that. So
Okay. So you guys can come
I
together.
can meet friends and all that. Like somebody's telling me that I should bring that they want a light lane and all that. I won't, Lagos. I won't tell them
Yes.
I don't have a light. I don't have
You
a light
say-
lane. I'll say okay, I can run it. I will call
And-
one of the two companies and all that. So with that, so most people now, some people don't know me as a basis anymore
Okay.
because I play just in church alone.
Okay.
So if I should go out there, what people knows me for now is
It's sound
sound engineering.
Okay,
You understand?
so you're diversifying now
Yeah.
to
So
other
most
areas.
times when their basis is not around, I will just play until when their basis come.
basis
But
comes.
I'm not
You don't do that
do
anymore.
that anymore. It's just
Okay.
more of the sound and all that. But in church,
You're the basis.
let me just say more of a gospel basis now than the
yeah,
secular basis.
Than the
and all
secular
that.
basis. Okay,
Yeah.
so you don't want to do any circular.
No, because I don't like the money they pay the backline
The-
people.
Oh my goodness. So it's
Yeah.
about the money, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, what have been your challenges financially since you've been in business? What have been your challenges financially, and how have you been able to cope and manage?
Challenges. Okay. The challenges are, you go for an event
Yeah.
and they will tell you that, look, let me start with some churches. They will tell you, please come and play for me and all that. When you're done playing, they will not tell you that, sorry.
You just played for
Yeah,
Jesus.
sorry. We're supposed to do this for you, but as it stands now, when you start seeing that kind of situation, you know that okay. At a point, I have a friend who at a point, after finished playing, they were bringing those kind of stuff and those kind of stories. They actually took their drum sets, their keyboard. Like, no, you can't tell me that.
You have to give me my money.
You have to give me my money, but that's one of the challenge we have.
Okay.
And in club as well, you play for hours, 4 hours, and they will not tell you, sorry. Back then in Warri, but it's not in Lagos. Back then in Warri, they'll tell you, but we didn't make too much sales and all that too. But in Lagos, you will see the money, but the challenge is this. Means of transportation will not be the challenge. Because you will close as at 1 a.m. 1 a.m. Coming back home, those cab guys now, they will just begin to call those outrageous price, and you're like, most especially when you're the only one going to your direction, you were like, okay, if you guys are like 4 people going to
you can
Ajah,
always,
but just you alone,
it's not
you will not
easy.
like, man. So that's it.
That's it. Okay, great. So tell me, how do you market yourself? And what has been your best form of marketing?
Marketing yourself. Okay. One thing I like to do when it comes to this business and all that, because when I started this business, there was a scenario that happened. We were supposed to play to set somewhere around. There's a club called Boat Club in Lekki.
Okay.
So a friend of mine, they are also from Warri. They gave me the gig and all that to come and set for them. And Waje was having a program.
Okay.
It's not really like a Waje program, but Waje was the one that called.
Okay.
He called one guy. The guy called me to bring my equipment, which I went there.
Okay.
So it was like some white guys. They came into Nigeria to shoot a movie,
Okay.
and they needed Waje, they needed White Savage, they needed Sonny Ade,
Okay.
and they needed all of them to come just to perform.
Just to perform. Okay.
So of which I went for the event, and I was supposed to set at Boat Club by 7.
Okay.
So the event was supposed to start by 12 at Oriental Hotel,
Okay.
closed by 4. Nigeria thing. They did not started until 2 o'clock.
Okay.
So at the point, they said my equipment is not needed again. They only need my drum set. So I took my equipment and I went to set at what's it called? Boat Club.
Okay.
So just only the drum set I was not there. And those people that want to play in Boat Club is our first time. It's more like an audition, but you understand. So I immediately they finished played at Oriental Hotel. No, they were using my equipment. They actually used Sonny Ade equipment.
Okay.
So the Sonny Ade drummer said, okay. The white guys now said that they like the way Sonny Ade play, that they need Sonny Ade to play more. Trust me, that event did not close until 8 o'clock. And you know what that means.
Yeah.
That means I've jeopardized
the other one.
those other people.
other
And so since then, it was not easy to come out from that thing, because when you just, some people do,
Wow.
so
They will lose
the
the
word they
plot.
use, they said, guy, you won't go take food come off our mouth, that kind of
Yeah,
worry
of
stuff
course
like
you
that.
will.
So I was like, okay, since then, my strategies that I use, if I have events for 4 o'clock, it's compulsory that we must be there by 1 o'clock.
Okay, that's early.
You understand?
Okay.
And we don't just go with, I'm talking about the sound stuff now. We don't just go with, like, if we are going for this event, we'll go with everything we have in store.
Okay, but how do you let people know about what you do? How do you advertise yourself? For example, I'm here now. I don't know if let's assume I didn't know you were a bassist.
Okay.
So how do you tell people so that you can get business? How do you network
in terms of
advertising?
Okay.
So that
I think we should talk more about the sound stuff than the bass stuff, because the bass stuff is just in church, and in my church I just
so
play
even
in
if
Goshen.
it's not just the bass, even if it's the sound, even if it's the fashion aspect, how do you advertise yourself?
Okay, on social media we have a platform.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a platform, and Facebook as well.
Okay.
We have a platform as well, where for every event we go, we
Put up something.
There's something there for people
Okay.
to see.
Okay.
And we have gotten so
many
events from there.
there.
And at a
Okay.
point, I discovered that our name, somebody was also bearing our name, which because there was a client that came from America.
Okay.
That was the last 2 months,
Okay.
and they have been following us, because I'm into live band. What I do is that the live play, wherever we'll set up, every live play we'll extract from there and put on our page.
Okay. So social media.
So
has
you
been-
can as well get a live band from us.
Okay.
You can as well get a live
Live
band
band
from
from
us.
you guys.
And the name of the live band is called the King's Band.
The King's Band.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will play Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll play at Eba
Okay.
every Friday.
Okay.
We'll play at Retro every Saturday.
Okay.
I will play at Pat Bar every Sunday.
Every
So for
Sunday.
all these days, we are the ones setting up for them.
Okay. And then you put it up on
We put
social
it on
media.
our social media.
So people see it and they come.
Yeah.
What about referrals?
Referrals.
For example, you went to play somewhere and the people there liked what you did, and then they say, "Oh, I want that person," or "Oh, he played for me." For example, I'm getting married and I want a live band, and during my wedding you played for me. Does that work for you too?
Yeah.
Then somebody now tells them that I know somebody now. The guy that played for me, he's very good. So has referrals worked for you
Yeah.
in terms
a
of
lot.
advertising what
a lot
you do?
of it.
Okay, so a lot of referrals.
Yeah, but the way we get this referrals, it comes with the band, because nobody will say this guy set for me.
Okay.
So that's why we need the band as
The band
well.
to be together as
The
a
band,
group.
yeah, as a group. You understand?
Okay.
That's why we need the band as to come together. So people will say, I want the King's Band to come and
Okay.
play for me. When you're saying you want the King's Band to come and play for you, you're also bringing the sound guys as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so those that will get our referrals and all of that.
And all that. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay, so that being said, let's give a shout out to those of us watching us via Instagram. Grace.agbo.96. Thank you for joining in. We also have Bola Gumbiade. Thank you so much. We have Jane Berry. Thank you so much for being here. We have Cake Quiz and Eloquent Speech. Thank you for joining us on Instagram. Please drop your questions. We have Joe Play in the studio that's teaching us and telling us how to do business as a sound engineer and more. Okay, so now that being said, in Nigeria, do you think being a sound engineer is lucrative? That's one. Let's hold it there. And then secondly, now a lot of parents, a lot of schools are getting it into their curriculum to teach their children one instrument at least. What would you say about that?
Wow. It makes a lot of sense now to at least every child should know how to play one instrument. I will tell you why.
Okay.
When I moved into Lagos, the only job I know how to do then was the bass guitar.
Okay.
At a point, I went to look for a job. I did that for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
The bossing thing and all that, I quit. Why? I'll tell you. For instance, if you travel out of this country and you're looking for a job, one of the things that will hand to you now, if you know how to play an instrument, if you know how to sing, you can just walk into any church,
Okay.
for instance,
Okay.
and tell them you can play.
You can play.
If you can play well, they will want to listen to you.
Okay.
That's one. And two, like in church, where ordinary member cannot just
Go into.
go into because of your music,
Okay.
you can as well go into
You
there.
get access to those
And
places.
three, music also makes you know the Bible says, sorry.
No,
the
it's
Bi-
fine.
The Bible says your gift and talent will
Make way
make
for
way
you.
for you.
Okay.
Yeah, music is a real definition of that scripture.
Of that scripture.
You understand? So where you as in where you don't ever think in life that you will be able to step,
To go into.
is that because you are an instrumentalist, a musician,
Yeah.
it will take you there. So it's very advisable that every child must learn how to play at least one instrument.
Instruments. So it's a good.
It's a good
It's a
idea.
very good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So now that being said, finance houses in Nigeria, do you think they support what you do?
Sorry?
Finance houses, like
Finance.
banks, financial institutions.
yeah.
If you go to them and tell them you need money to set up, to maybe add to your business, like give you loans and all that, are they supportive of what you do?
They are very, very supportive.
They are very, very
They are
supportive.
very,
If
very
you need those
supportive.
kind of helps, that kind of help, you can always get
Yes.
from them.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So tell me, what inspires you?
What inspires me?
Why
Wow.
are you laughing? I like how you did that. What inspires you?
Okay. You know, there was this guy I like. His name is called OZ.
Okay.
That was the bass aspect because the bass actually brought me into music.
Okay.
You understand? At a point in my church, there was no instrumentalist. You understand? And someone just, you guys cannot just be here and there will be no instrumentalist.
That is,
So my mom saw my passion. Back then, in those
Yes,
days,
yes.
everyone in the house would just be beating
Something.
So my mom now knew that I was actually, whenever that guy is playing, they call him OZ.
Okay.
His stage name is called Doings.
Okay.
He likes to do shakara on stage and all
Okay.
that. So I will be sitting
And be
and
watching.
be watching the guy. So my mom noticed. My mom knew that I
You
was
had
not.
that.
I don't have the courage to go and meet the guy. So my mom now met me. Okay, it's like my son wants to learn bass guitar.
Oh.
You understand? So he was like, okay, really. So that's how he took me in and all
And
that.
so
So he took me to his house. So the first day I went, I followed him for a program. They paid him. I can't remember the money now. He now gave me all the money. Now said, if you learn this bass guitar, this is what you'll be getting. I was like, are you
wow.
for real?
He just gave it to you.
I said I would die here. So that was where it started from.
Okay.
Yeah. So what triggered me to I said before, what triggered me
So
to
who inspires you? Your mom?
my mom,
And then
my
that
mom,
guy
and
who-
OZ.
and
Then
OZ.
when I got into it and I met a guy via online video and all that. His name is called Abraham Labore.
Okay.
I was like, I like the way this guy play bass guitar and I want to play like this guy. You understand? And that was it. Then Nathaniel East and all that is a foreign bassist too as well. Yeah, there was this guy too back there in Delta State. This guy play bass. He just plays as if he's only one on stage. He can dance here and there. His name is called Polly Boy.
Okay.
So those are the people that got me inspired.
Okay, that
and-
inspired you to get to
Yeah.
where you are today.
Yeah.
Great, awesome. So let's talk about the fashion aspect.
Wow.
So what inspired this side of you?
Okay, the fashion aspect, it came up as a result of me spending too much money on fashion. I like looking good.
You like looking good.
So spending too much money on fashion got me like, Why am I spending
so
this
much?
money? And in Lagos, I discovered that I have a lot of time to do whatever I want to do, to learn whatever I want to learn. I was like, okay, why should I just sit at home? Because Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursdays, I'm not doing anything. I'm just at home.
Okay.
And one of my pastor in church told me that, Joshua, do you know that you have all the opportunity in the world to do whatever you want to do? And ask yourself, why did God allow you to? Why did God give you that opportunity? And why are you not utilizing
Making
it?
use of it.
So I was like, okay, what should I do now? Okay, let me go and learn this fashion stuff of a thing.
Okay.
So that was what triggered me.
That's what triggered you to learn. And today you are able to make this lovely
I'm not really
outfit.
that good yet.
But this is nice.
No, but if you are a good fashionist, you will know that there are some errors in it.
Oh really?
You will know. You will know.
Okay, well you're doing good.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. I think
You know there are some errors in it.
Okay, great. So what would be your advice to young people
Okay.
who are just, what would be your advice?
My
to
advice to young people is we should not just sit out there just being idle, doing nothing. You understand?
Okay.
In as much as you are doing a particular thing, you can as well add to it. You can as well, because Nigeria, in short, the world entirely, you don't just rely on one particular. Even those that pass through the 4 walls of schools and all that, they don't do one part. Even the bankers, you see them even working in bank, they are as well having another business and all that. You understand? So we should learn to do different type of business.
Okay.
And probably now most churches these days, they do empowerment program.
Okay.
Always, as in, look forward for such opportunities.
Okay.
You understand?
To attend
those kind of they do bag making, shoe making, photography. You understand? Cinematography and all that. At a point I did that.
Wow.
At a point I did that. In Goshen.
Okay.
But sorry to say, it didn't fly well and all that.
Okay.
So my point is this: my advice to upcoming, as in musicians and even those that are there too, that they should study the business aspect of music.
Okay.
Study the business aspect of music and also learn to do other things. You are a drummer, you can do other things. You are a singer, you can do other things. So you think of what you want to do, and most especially know your purpose here on earth. Because my friend is making wave as a singer does not mean I will go and sing. Like what I told you before now, I said I don't have the calling of singing.
That's why
I don't want to do any album.
Yeah.
You understand? That does not mean I cannot sponsor people's album.
Okay.
You understand? So you must do something.
Okay.
That's my advice to them.
That's your advice to them. Okay, so very quickly, I forgot to ask, you do any form of training for people who want to learn maybe how to play the bass, guitar, or sound engineering? Do you do any form of training?
I do. I have one of my students is in Port Harcourt now.
Okay.
His name is Joshua as well.
Okay.
He's doing very well. I taught him how to play bass guitar.
Okay.
And presently now he's not playing bass anymore. He's more into singing. Yeah, that's what music
is about.
When you just when you start here, it does not mean that's what you would do
that's
forever.
What you'll be doing. You might move.
Yeah, the music will what you start for might trigger you to something, and then you will discover yourself and all that. So, but me, one of the points I don't like is people paying me to train others. I don't really like that. Okay. So most times you will not see me in that field teaching in the school, doing and all that, doing all that. But I think the area where I really want to do more of the teaching and all that is my fashion stuff, because I really have passion for that, and I want people to learn from it. I would really want to bet people from that fashion stuff as well.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for being in the studio.
No problem.
You guys heard it all from Joe Play, telling us about how he's been, his journey as a fashion designer, as a bassist, and finally as a sound engineer. Big ups to you. Thank you for being here. And to those of you who watched us via Instagram, listening to us on the radio, thank you so much. We do this every Friday right here at Insights Radio. Remember to follow us on all our social media platforms. Please follow us, and guess what? We are going to follow you back on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. It is all at Insights Radio. Till I come your way same time next week, have a great weekend. My name is Kewe Akindola. Cheers.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.